Hey, it's Christina, and I'm on my third day, final day, and there's just so much to share. I didn't get to share at the second break yesterday, and I had to switch to this big notebook, and so now I can't like walk around and share because I don't have three hands. 3 arms with 3 hands. So anyway, I had to sit down, but there's this beautiful, there's beautiful views around here, and you get the stucco wall, and for that I am so sorry. Anyway, so I'm just going to share these tidbits while I'm fighting the wind always. These tidbits of quotes that I've received from these speakers along the way, and they're just so valuable. And it has an overarching theme, and the theme is mindset and getting a strong mind, because honestly that is where the failure lies with most of us, or the inactivity. So here it is. Don't fear failure, fear that you'll be at the same place next year. No progression. That's what you should fear. Okay? Day one or one day? Well, we know that one day really never comes. Day one, it has to start somewhere, it has to start today. Wealth is time, and 3 steps to wealth. 1, make money. 2, live on less than you make. And 3, invest the difference. I mean, your grandmother's been telling you this since you were like 4 years old. And why we just cannot get it, and it's like, oh, revelation, but it's not. And 3 things that you need to invest in. 1, rent. 2, interest. And 3, family memories. So 1, rent, meaning buying assets that generate rents. 2, investing in assets that produce an interest rate. And 3, investing in family memories, or if you don't have a family yet, just memories with close friends, right? Okay, you need to do high value tasks, and that means often finding the who, not the how. Go find someone that can do those tasks. You can't do them all, and you shouldn't do them all, because you don't have a wheelhouse in all those areas. All right. Moving on. Okay, a good coach doesn't give you the answers, but guide you to find those answers within yourself. Again, it's been back to like Bible times. Like if you give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. But if you teach a man to fish, you can feed him for a lifetime. It's the same thing. Fishers of men, Jesus was making disciples, and he was teaching them how to do it. He just didn't do it on his own. Even Jesus had disciples. Okay, and why is your first deal so important? Because it's the hardest, and nothing comes after unless you do your first deal. Okay? Learn from others and take consistent action. Super important. And I'm fighting the wind again on this. Okay. The correct activities in repetition yield desired results. We gravitate away from things that are uncomfortable, but those very things, those uncomfortable things, are the key to our success. They are the things that are holding us back. They are the linchpin. And busy and occupied is not production. Those are very, very different things. We must relentlessly do the activities that are close to the money-making tasks. So if you're trying to figure out, where do I start? Figure out which tasks are closest to making the money, and then you need to do those relentlessly, and that means finding deals. Okay, that's how you get to the money, is you find deals. Here comes folks. Great. Focus on the activity that drives deals. That's exactly what I said. So maybe I have them out. Okay. Oftentimes you cannot see the label because you're inside the jar. That means you cannot see actually what is going on because you are close to the scenario. And that's why a coach is so great, because they can help diagnose what's going on, because they can see more clearly because they're standing outside the scenario. All right, hold on, I can sit back down. Whew. Okay, so hurry up and break stuff. Like, we all know that failure is a part of learning, and failure is inevitable. If you aren't failing, you aren't doing. Hurry up and break stuff. Go ahead and pull the trigger and make a mess and have something to clean up. Outsource in order to delegate and elevate. You have to delegate and elevate in order to build a business. You cannot be a solopreneur. You end up actually just giving yourself a job. And we got out of jobs because we wanted freedom. Well, when you're a solopreneur, you're literally reshackling yourself. Fulfillment is the best currency. Money only gets you so far. Honestly, when people are like, oh, I just want to make this and that and whatever, it's never enough. It will not make you happy. We all know this. It's the fulfillment. It is the contribution to others. That is what fills us up. What's your opportunity cost for not starting? Truly, what is costing you? If you could have this be a $100,000 a year business and you are only making $50,000 right now, your opportunity cost is 50 grand. If you could make $1 million and you're only making 100,000 right now, your opportunity cost is $900 a year. We know that we have so many costs: taxes, insurance, kids, so many costs. But the number one most expensive cost in our life is saying no to opportunities or just letting them pass. And it is said that the Lord gives us opportunities, and if we don't stand up and take them, He offers them to other people. What? What is this? My opportunity, my blessing just got passed to someone else because I didn't stand up and take a hold of it? I wasn't obedient? Yep, pretty much. Okay, if you chase passion, income will come. If you chase passion, income will come. If you chase the income, passion is not guaranteed. Honestly, you're gonna burn out and still be angry. Okay, this is a big one. Your past doesn't define your future. Just because you quit on yourself in the past doesn't mean you will quit on yourself this time. We gotta stop thinking the worst of ourselves, and we need to give ourselves these new chances. We give everyone so much grace, and ourselves, we're relentless. Relentlessly aggressive and negative toward ourselves. We just have to stop that. Okay, and that leads us to, you have to decide, you have to commit, and you have to act. And then once you do that, then you have to make sure and you're celebrating, because it is so important to celebrate these small wins. And then pretty soon you are able to have a cumulative win. You have to have courage. And courage is being afraid and doing it anyway. Seriously, you have to do the do. You cannot pay your way through and have other people do life for you. And you have to know where you are. So, like I said in the last video, if you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there. But you have to know where you are right now, actually know where you are. And if you don't know where you are truly, you can't chart your course. So the real question that we're all asking ourselves in all of this, especially me with tax deeds, is what if this really works? That's the question we should be asking, but what we say is this going to work? Is this going to work? But what we should be saying, what if this really works? That's the positive statement to that. Stop being what you've been. Start being who you want to be. and I know I spoke about this before, that you can't take your old self into this new opportunity because that old self isn't equipped. You have to literally be transformed into something new, someone new. You have to be in that mindset of a real estate investor. You have to transform into someone new. So, law of exposure. Once exposed to a greater way of life, you cannot be unexposed. And I've mentioned this before in a different way, but talking about the curse of the expert. And the curse of the expert is once you get the knowledge and the experience, like you can't go back and truly remember what it was like being a beginner. And that law of exposure also says once you become an expert, you don't want to go back to being ignorant on that subject. And then the law of energy. Energy can't be created or destroyed, it's just transformed. Low level energy can never attract high level opportunities. If you are sitting on your couch, you are never going to be able to be in a position to grab a hold of an opportunity. You know, you can't steer a parked car. You've heard that before, I know. All right, so many here. The greatest way to change your identity is to change your proximity. You need to go and find those people who are doing what you want to do, that are achieving the goals that you have for yourself, and you need to get close to them. And that's what I've done. And it costs money usually. It costs money and time to go find these people and say, hey, can I learn everything that you know? But that truly is the greatest way and the quickest way, full time. Okay, let's see. 4 most toxic words. I already know this. To sit there and be like, oh yeah, I already know that, I already know that, I already know. It is already telling your brain that there is nothing there for you. And even if you understand the topic, I mean, there is always something to glean. Okay. The quality of your life boils down to the quality of the questions you ask yourself on a day-to-day basis. Why me? I'm saying, why not? What you focus on, what you focus on, I get more of, and what I focus on expands, and what I focus on, I feel, and what I feel is my life, honestly. So if you're focusing on abundance and there's plenty of deals and I'm gonna find it, and you will. And if you focus on, I'm never gonna be able to find a deal, there's always someone that's gonna get there sooner, or all my houses are gonna redeem, it will. Okay. Your brain wants what's known, what's comfortable, and what's certain, and what's easy. And we often sabotage our own selves because we're thinking thoughts that are destructive and negative. And that's our own software talks us out of change. So when we get excited, oh my gosh, this is gonna work, there's opportunity, and then our brain says, you've tried this before. Remember you failed. Remember your mom said that you could never go out on your own. Your dad said, just stick to your job. Why do you need to be someone different? That software overrides, and it talks us out of the positive change in our life. Success is directly correlated to the amount of chaos you can withstand. I saw this shirt that said, like, I'm a chaos coordinator, and it's like for moms, you know, meaning like you have kids and you're the chaos coordinator, and it's like, that is so true. The success of your life is directly correlated to the amount of chaos you can withstand. So if you're in traffic and you are just moaning about all the traffic, like there's no way you're going to be able to withstand the crap that's going to come down in business. Like, you have to be able to manage your emotions and think clearly and problem solve. And the more you can do that more quickly and level-headed, the more you're going to be able to earn and the more success you will have. I must be persistent enough to get a new experience so I can develop a new perspective of what I'm capable of. You have to endure long enough to get through the crap and the trials, to get through the valleys, to get on top of that mountaintop. Everything that we want is on the other side of the things that make us most scared. Everything. Like, you have to push past that point of uncomfortableness. I don't know. But you have to push past being uncomfortable. And if you don't, then you never grow, because your growth is pushing past your limits. Okay, rounding the bend here. The emotion of gratitude far outweighs all other emotions. You cannot have the feelings of gratitude and anger, or gratitude and anxiety at the same time. It is literally physiologically impossible for your brain to possess those opposite emotions. So what is the key here? The key here is to be in gratitude for the majority of your day. And it's a learned experience because our brains have this negative bias. They're always looking to talk crap. They're always looking to be skeptical. They're always looking to poke the holes in the parade. They're always looking to poke the holes in, like, the balloon and rain on the parade. More like it. Okay, and I leave you with this. Knowledge will only change the outcome with implementation. And I've said this in my books. The people that I follow, my mentors, continue to say this: knowledge is not enough. Information is never enough. You have to put in the implementation to change and have the outcome that you're looking for, period. There is zero shortcut. You have to do the do. And it starts with anchoring in a decision. I have committed. So you decide, commit, act, and then celebrate. Decide, commit, act, and celebrate. Is that right? Did I miss that? No, I didn't. I got that even without looking at my notes. That's good. And he also said, in order to anchor this in, all the stuff you learn, teaching it is the best way, right? You can get 80 to 90% retention by learning it and then reteaching it. And so partly these videos, well, mostly these videos, that's why I started, because I needed to reiterate and teach others so that I can get most absorption. So does that make me selfish? Yes, it does. And I am selflessly selfish. And with that, I gotta get in because I'm already 5 minutes past the break period. So anyway, hope that helps. Hope you could pull any kind of value from that. If not, well, you know, you've already left this video anyway if you haven't found value. So I'll talk to you later. I'll keep you updated. Bye.